What's up guys, my name is Michael, I do rideshare for a living, and today I wanted to make a small video kind of related to some comments and questions I got on my last video for the Lyft Express Drive program. And I wanted to make a video on it mostly so you guys don't have to search through comments to try to find out certain topics that you might not be sure of. Just have it all in one video, make it easy for you. So one of the questions that I got on the video was if you can rent with a credit card or debit card, and basically I don't think I clarified this in the video at all, but whenever you go through the rental process, when you pick the day and time that you're going to pick up the car, it automatically takes money out of the account that's on file that Lyft has. So you don't need a credit card or a debit card. It's not going to charge a credit card or debit card. It'll just pull it out of your bank account that's on file with Lyft, like it was a direct withdrawal. So that's one thing to know if you want to start that up. Because if you sign up for Lyft and do the Express Drive program from the start, then you have to put in a bank account before you even get the car, so they can pull from your bank once you pick a day and time. So that's one little thing for clarification for income-wise, not income-wise, payment-wise. Okay, another thing that someone asked was if they can waive the rental fee. They actually can't waive the rental fee. The way the whole thing kind of works, I'll go to explain a little bit better. The way the whole thing works with getting money and then having it be less is you do the amount of rides needed, like I showed in the video, for when you hit at max 110 rides, at least for me, 110 rides, and they give you, 100, I forget the amount, was $100 something credit towards your rental, and then the rental will be $35 for a payment. It's kind of like, compared to, let's say you go and you want to buy 5 ducks. So you go and you say, I want to buy 5 ducks at this price. And the shop's like, all right, we'll have 5 ducks ready for you. You go the day that you're gonna pick up the ducks, and they tell you that you can't get all 5. You're only gonna get 1 because 4 of them are held back because they were sick or something. So you're only gonna get 1 duck, but you're only being charged for the 1 because why pay for all 5 when you only get 1? That's kind of how it works. It's a really weird analogy, but it's hard to kind of explain how you get paid the bonus cash and then you don't see it. It just gets taken out with your earnings. So like, I don't know how to explain it other than that, using an animal as a reference. But that's basically how it works. They won't waive the fee. They'll just give you bonus cash that gets used to pay for the rental, so you won't be charged as much. And the last comment that I wanted to talk about is basically if it's even worth doing in a certain market. That's something that I really can't tell you. That's all up to how your market is. If you're someone who wants to get into the Lyft and the rental programs starting out, you don't know how much you're gonna be making a day, a week, a month. You can't really track that kind of stuff because you don't know how it's gonna go. And so until you have an understanding of how much you're gonna make, it's hard to recommend doing the rental program unless you're dedicated to going out every single day and trying to hit a certain amount of rides every single day. Because the thing I kind of want to clarify with the rental program is that it's not so much can you achieve the rides each week. Like, you can go out and get 110 rides a week and be perfectly fine. But what about those weeks where you can't do that? Or those weeks where you can't use the car for whatever reason, like it's in the shop or something that needs to be kept for a day or two, and you don't get enough rides. All you can hit is the 20 required to get the minimum to keep the car, and you have to pay the whole amount of the car that week. Do you have enough money to be able to support that? Do you have the income to support paying out $300 basically, because it's 200 something plus tax? Do you have the amount to pay that every single week if you have to? Because if you can afford to pay the $300 that they charge for you, on top of having money saved up for, you know, your living expenses and food and all that, once you take everything out that you need to pay for and you have just pure profit from Lyft, can you give them $300 a week and not be worried about it? That's the big issue. And like I said, if you're jumping into Lyft with the rental program from the start, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. You don't know if you can do that. But what I would suggest for you to do is just try and think about it. If you have to pay $300 a week, can you do it? Is it financially possible for you to keep that up for a little bit until you learn the market and until you learn when best to start driving to get the amount of rides you need to help you pay off the car? Because until that point, you're going to be in a sinkhole with giving money every single week, and I would not recommend doing that in that case. I'm not trying to discourage anyone from using the rental program. It's just I want to be upfront with you and get you to realize this is something that is a lot of money, and $300 going out of your bank account every single week is not something you want to be shelling out for if you don't have the financial profits to back yourself up, on top of general expenses of living and food and stuff like that. I guess now I want to talk a little bit about the car, essentially. So obviously if you're doing the rental program, you're paying out at most $300 a week. You know, if you could do that, that's fine. But the other thing is, do you want to keep doing that? Like, do you want to pay $300 a week at most, which is $1,200 a month? That's a lot of money. Even people that have luxury cars, people that have like Porsches and BMWs and stuff like that, they're not paying that kind of money for a car unless they financed it and they put like nothing down on it. You know, that it's just too much money. What I recommend to do, honestly, is if you go through the program, use the car to make money doing Lyft. Save some of that money to help you get a car for yourself. Like, go to, you know, a used car dealership or something like that. For the area that I'm in, being Pittsburgh, one of them is Car Hop. I believe it's nationwide, Car Hop. But you can go to Car Hop, or like CarMax is another one. You can go there and get a car for yourself that isn't a rental car, and you're paying basically what you would pay a week for the Express program, but you're paying it one time a month. It's a monthly payment of $200, or even as low as $99 that right now Chevy has with some of their cars. Or even if you want like a nicer car, leases go $200-300 a month, not a week. Obviously leases, you limit your mileage, but if you want to go finance a car, that would be through your insurance, which, by the way, I'm gonna have a video talking about what I think is the best insurance for rideshare drivers, because they won't. One of the things with it is you don't get limited on miles. That's all I have for you today, guys. If you made this far in the video, be sure to drop a like, leave a comment, and also subscribe to the channel for more rideshare content. I'm going to leave a link in the description and also have it up on screen to the GroupMe chat that I set up. It's mainly for Pittsburgh drivers, but anyone can join it. We can all help each other out to do Lyft and Uber and all that kind of stuff. So with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.